Hello everyone and welcome to this video tutorial. In today's video, I am going to take you through a complete practical demonstration of how to use Kahoot. By the end of this tutorial, I expect you to be able to know how to create a free Kahoot account, create your own sample quiz, and then also go ahead and host that quiz live with your learners or participants. If you are a teacher, trainer, a facilitator, or a presenter, this tutorial is especially useful because Kahoot can help you make your lessons and training sessions more interactive and engaging. So let us get started. Before we create our Kahoot account, let us briefly understand what Kahoot is. Kahoot is an interactive learning platform that allows teachers, trainers, and presenters to create quizzes and activities that participants can answer using their phones, using their tablets, and also computers. One of the main advantages of Kahoot is that it makes learning more interactive. Instead of the learner simply listening to the teacher, they can actively participate by answering questions and receiving immediate feedback. Kahoot can be used in several ways in the education space. First and foremost, Kahoot can be used to conduct classroom quizzes. A teacher can use Kahoot to ask questions during or after a lesson and quickly see how learners are responding. Secondly, Kahoot can also be used for revision purposes to help learners review topics that they have already studied, making revision more enjoyable and interactive. We can be able to use Kahoot to check whether learners understand a particular topic and also identify areas that may require additional teaching. Kahoot can also be used during training sessions. You might be conducting a workshop or a professional training. You can actually use Kahoot to test participants' understanding and keep them actively involved. You can also use Kahoot as an icebreaker. And finally, Kahoot can be used to engage with the learners. The interactive questions, the points, the feedback, and the leaderboard can encourage the learners to participate actively and make the learning experience more enjoyable. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a trainer, whether you are just a presenter, Kahoot can help you turn a traditional session that you are having into a more interactive learning experience. Now, let us get started with the very first practical activity, and that is none other than creating a free Kahoot account. For you to be able to create a free Kahoot account, you have to make sure your computer is connected to the internet and then open an internet browser that is available on your computer. For example, I am going to open Chrome. It is going to work as my internet browser. So I am going to select this Google account here. I click it, and then here on the address bar, I am going to type kahoot.com. So that is the website that I can enter such that I can be able to create a free Kahoot account. So I simply hit enter on my keyboard, and there we are. It takes us to the home page of the Kahoot website. From this website, I simply need to sign up for a free account. So I will come and hit sign up for free. So I click that button such that I can be able to create a free Kahoot account. So once I click sign up, it brings this page where it asks me to choose what is most relevant to me. 4 different ways I can create an account as a teacher, I can create an account as a professional, as a student, but specifically I want to create a free account as a teacher. So I will select teacher, and then it asks me to select my workplace. Choose the workplace that is most relevant to you. So a teacher usually works in a school. So, but also when it comes to schools, you can select a school, you can select higher education level, you can select school administration, you can select business, but specifically let me select a school. Then here I am. It gives me different options that I can use in order for me to sign up. I can use a Google account, I can use my Microsoft account, I can use my Apple account or my Clever account, or I can just type here my email address and then I proceed with the signing up process. But for the purposes of this video, I am going to select the first option here, which says sign up with Google, since I have my Google account already signed into this internet browser. So I select Google, and then it asks me to choose the Google account that I want to use. So I have this Google account here, so I will just go ahead and select it. And then it says sign into. I just need to come and click continue. It is now creating the Kahoot account. You can see it is loading, and there we are. So that is basically a procedure that I follow, that is followed while creating a free Kahoot account. Now, after creating a Kahoot account, you realize now I have my profile here. It has my name. It picked it from my Google account. The next thing that I need to do is just to go ahead and create a sample quiz. How can I create my very first Kahoot? So remember, we've said Kahoot can be used to create quizzes. It can be used as an icebreaker, and the different ways that we have talked about. From this page, from my free Kahoot account, I want to create a sample Kahoot quiz. So in order for me to create it, I am going to click the create button. Once I click the create button, it gives me these three options. There is Kahoot, there is a story, there is a course, but specifically I am interested in a Kahoot. So I will select Kahoot, and then it will open. So when it opens, it gives me more options. It gives me an option whereby I can use an embedded AI in order for me to generate, to convert a PDF into a Kahoot. I can use a Kahoot generator. This one also has AI embedded on it. But for this particular case, we are not going to use any of this. I am just going to click close, and there we are. I am now ready to create my first Kahoot quiz. I should be ready with my questions that I am going to create. The very first question, so you see here, it is going to be placing all the questions that I'm going to be creating around here. It will create like kind of slides for each question. Then here is where we get the details of the questions. So like this is where I have to type my question, and then this is where I will place the answers for my question. And then here is where I can select the question type. There are so many question types. When I click this drop down arrow, I can select a quiz, I can select a true or false question, I can select a question where someone can type an answer, I can select a puzzle, I can select a slider. But remember, out of these different question types, it is only quiz and true and false which are free of charge. You can see the rest of them have got premium features on them. So if at all you are to use any of them, you will have to make sure that you have upgraded and subscribed or paid in order for you to use them. So for this case, we are going to basically work with the free features. We are going to work with the quiz and a true and false. So you just maintain a quiz. Then time limit. Like, since this is a quiz, it is very important for you to be able, as a teacher, to time your participants or your learners. Give them a certain limit of time that they use when they are answering the quiz or the questions that you have forwarded. So this is where you adjust the time limit from. By default, it will select 20, but you can select 5 seconds, you can select 1 minute, you can even select 4 minutes, depending if it is maybe like a mathematics a question which requires a lot of calculations, so you will have to give adequate time. But for this particular case, I am going to select like 15 seconds, as the time that is going to be used on the question that on the first question that I'm going to type here. And then here we have what we call points. This is where you determine, where you define how you want points to be awarded to the participants. By default, it has a standard whereby Kahoot will award correct answers with normal amount of points. Then we also have double points, we have no points. So for this particular video, let us stay on a standard. And then answer options. It is very important for you to allow them to present a single answer. Let us now get started and prepare at least a maximum of around 5 questions for our very first sample quiz. So this is where we shall, the question is around here. So this is where you are going to type the question, and our first question would be, what is the brain of the computer? What is the brain of the computer? So that is our first question. And then this is where we are going to give the answers or the responses. So here, the first answer I am giving is monitor. The second answer I am giving is keyboard. The third answer I am giving is a CPU. And then the last answer I am giving is mouse. Now, you have to select one of these answers. You should be able to select one of them as the correct answer, such that when a learner selects that answer, the learner is awarded points because the learner has selected the right answer. And then if a learner selects any other answer, a learner is denied points. So in this particular case, the brain of the computer is the CPU. So I'm going to tick this as the correct answer. Then I am going to add question number 2. And question number 2, in order for me to add it, I just come and click the add button. And then still I need a quiz, so I add question number 2. So remember, this is question number 1, and then this is question number 2. Still in question number 1, this area here, you can be able to upload an image in case you want. You can be able to just click here, and then if you have a paid version of a Kahoot, you can be able to select the images which are around here. But in case you are working on a free version like this particular one, you can maybe download your images, save them on your computer, and then you just click upload, and then it will automatically bring them to your Kahoot. So let's go to question number 2. And question number 2, as usual, we type it from here. We are going to say which device is mainly used to type text into a computer. Which device is mainly used to type text into a computer? That is our second question. So we provide the responses. The first response is monitor. The second response is a keyboard. The third response is speaker. The fourth response is projector. And then out of this, the device that we can use to type text into a computer is a keyboard. So we select the keyboard as our correct answer. Let's add question number 3, which is still a quiz. So question number 3 says, we type it up here, and we say, which of these is an example of an output device? Question mark, and then we provide the responses, and The first response is keyboard. Keyboard. The second response, you just click that area and then you say mouse. The third response is scanner. The fourth response is monitor. And now our correct answer is monitor, because monitor is the only output device right here. Let's add question number 4. So just click add, then quiz. There we are. So we are going to type it here. Question number 4 says, which application is commonly used to create spreadsheets? To create spreadsheets. So we put a question mark and then we type Microsoft Excel. And then we also have Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint. Then we also have Notepad. Then we also have calculator. Out of this, the only application that we can use to create a spreadsheet is Microsoft Excel. And then lastly, we enter our final question. Our final question is, let it be a true and false question. So we type it here and we say true or false. True or false. True or false. ICT in full is information computer technology. So this is a true and false question, and the correct answer should be false, because ICT in full is not information computer technology. So the other thing that we need to do is to review on the time limit for each of the questions. For this one, I'm going to give it just around 10 seconds because it is just true and false. Question number 4, I'm going to give it about 15 seconds. Question number 3, I can give it about 15 seconds. Question number 2, I can leave it at 20 seconds. After that, the other task that we have to do is to save our quiz inside our account, inside our Kahoot account. So to save the quiz, you just need to come and click save. There's a save button right here, and then it will ask you to enter the title of your quiz. Basic Computer Knowledge Quiz. Basic Computer Knowledge Quiz. So you realize that it has an AI embedded on it. It has already generated even the description of my quiz, Basic Computer Knowledge. Then you just need to click continue, and then there we are. You realize that our quiz is now ready to access all the Kahoots or all the quizzes that you've created in your Kahoot account. After logging in, you just need to click. Sometimes when you log in, you'll find yourself at home. To access your saved quizzes or your saved Kahoots, you just need to come to library. That is where all the quizzes that you've created are stored. And then you can also click discover in order for you to get Kahoots which other people have already created. And you can see they are available here. and you can open each of them. You can open, of course, you can even search. You can search maybe math quiz. Then you hit enter, and then it will bring very many math Kahoots that have been created by other people. Let's go back to our Kahoot, which is this one. Now, it is time for you to host it live. It is time for you to make it, to make your learners to be able to play that Kahoot. Now, for you to be able to host it live, you are going to make it a point that your learners have got their smartphones, or they have their tablets with them, or they have computers which are connected to the internet. So once they have their devices connected to the internet, you are going to host live the Kahoot. So as you host live, they will have to go to the internet browser on their phones, or they can download the Kahoot application and install it on their devices. In order for them to be able to play the Kahoot, you are just going to click Host Live. When you click Host Live, it is going to load it such that the learners can be able to join and play the Kahoot, or to play the quiz that you have created in that Kahoot. This one, it being a free Kahoot account, it allows up to around 40 participants to connect and play your Kahoot. But if you have a paid version, it can have more than 40 participants. I am just going to click Start, such that Kahoot will generate a game pin. Now, that game pin is what the participants or your learners need, such that they can be able to play that Kahoot. So in order for them to play it on their internet browsers, they will have to join through this website, through this URL. They have to type kahoot.it. So they will type kahoot.it, and then they enter on their, it is going to ask for the game pin. So this game pin is the one that they are going to enter there, where on their devices, that's such that they can be able to join. So the game pin is 1735991, and then they click join, and then you should be able to see. So as they click join, it is going to ask for the participant's nickname. So in this particular case, let me put my name, George. After typing the nickname, the participants will just need to click go, and then there we are. So the participants have been able to join with the help of the game pin. So when I'm sure that I have seen all my learners, all my participants, their names are displayed here, it means all of them have joined the Kahoot. So what I have to do is I just need to click start, and then there we are, our learners. Then my learners now start playing the game, or they start playing the Kahoot. And the first question is, what is the brain of the computer? Then it is counting down. This is now the time countdown, and then it shows you the number of the answers which have been entered. So what is the brain of the computer? The right answer is this one. And there we are. You can see that you see the number of the people who have attempted it. There is only one person. And then I click next, and then I get to see the scores of that particular person. If there are many who have answered that question, it will list their names here and the points that each of them has scored. So I just click next, and then it loads question number 2. Which device is mainly used to type text into a computer? This time round, let me select the wrong answer. For example, I've selected monitor, and you can see the answer is incorrect. Then again I click next, then I proceed. It will show me that my points have remained the same because I failed question number 2. Then I click next again. It loads question number 3. which of these is an example of an output device? So the correct answer should be monitor, which is color green, and then I select it, and there we are. You can see I get to see that my points have increased because I selected the correct answer. And these points are given depending on how fast you respond. You can have more than one learner responding to providing the same response, and then you find them getting different different number of points, simply because they have answered the questions at different intervals. So let's go to the next question. Which application is commonly used to create spreadsheets? And the correct answer should be Microsoft Excel. Then I click next. It shows me the scores. Then I come and I get the final question, which says true or false, ICT in full is information computer technology. So I select the correct answer, which is that one. So the correct answer is false, and there we are. We now have everything has been completed. The whole quiz has been completed, and it is now showing me the number of the points, and you can see how interactive it is. So basically that is how to create a Kahoot quiz and how to host it live. In this video, we have looked at how to create a Kahoot account, a free Kahoot account, how to create a sample Kahoot quiz, and then also how to host it live. Thank you very much for watching. See you in our next video.